I know what it feels like to wake up at 2 a.m. in a cold sweat worrying about how you're going to make payroll tomorrow. If a business coach is trying to help you in your business, have they ever owned a business? Have they ever ran businesses? Those are things you should take a look at. Getting all this knowledge and education is one thing, but applying it in real life and understanding what you're going through is a totally different scenario.
Welcome to another episode of Social PR Secrets. My name is Lisa Beyer, and I'll be your host. There's a saying that every entrepreneur and PR professional should have a business coach, a mentor, and a therapist. Well, sometimes they all blend together. Just ask Steve Feld. He is a small business coach dedicated to helping founders and entrepreneurs write down their business goals and unlock financial freedom. He is the author of multiple books, 45 Minutes to Business Breakthroughs, 10 Secrets All Businesses Should Know, Why You Need a Business Coach, 10 Digital Marketing Secrets, and The Financial Formula to Breakthroughs. So in this interview, I sit down with Steve and ask his advice on what kind of secrets he shares in hiring a small business coach and what are his secrets to success. Let's welcome Steve. Hey, Steve, how are you?
Great. Thanks a lot, Lisa.
Well, I'm very excited to talk to you today because I've heard the saying that everybody needs a coach and a mentor, and let that be the theme of this interview and discussion, and how you got into coaching and what your journey has been and what advice you're giving to your professionals that you're coaching.
Great. Yeah, I've owned and operated 7 different businesses and ran 3 others. And during one of my businesses, I wish I could say it was all about unicorns and glitter and rainbows, but it's always not being a business owner. And in one of my businesses, I was struggling. I just couldn't find the right answers. And someone said, you've been coaching other people, why don't you get a coach? So I went and sought out a coach. And within 45 days, my life got better. My business got better. And since that time, it's like I should have listened to my own advice. And now today I have 2 coaches. They focus on different areas of my business because where I'm passionate about is seeing small business owners survive and thrive. I mean, they're trying to do it all by themselves. And I am living proof, like, you could do that, but you're going to beat your head against the wall, and it's going to take a lot more work and a lot harder. Get a little help, get a little outside advice, get the resources you need. And I swear your life will be so much better. Your business will be better. Everything will change. Just get some help.
Yeah. And, I feel like there's so many different types of coaches out there for small businesses. And it's hard to decide, first of all, what type of coach you need and like what are the qualifications? What should you look for in a business coach, let's just say for a small business?
Yeah, that's a great question. I get that asked all the time. I even wrote a book about why you need a business coach. And I even go into like questions you should ask when you're interviewing. And what kind of coach do you need is a perfect one. Are you looking for someone to help you on your business, maybe your personal life? I mean, I always equate it to Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player ever, who had 12 coaches. So here's someone who's at the highest level, and he had 12 coaches. Why? He can only see what he can see. He knew they saw things in him that he cannot see. So he had a nutritionist coach. Why? He wanted to fuel the body, keep it optimized. He had a physical fitness coach. Why? He wanted to get those muscles going. So finding the right coach for your business might take a little bit of time. I am a big believer in check out their qualifications, their certifications. So I coach small business owners. Having owned and operated businesses, I know what it feels like to wake up at 2 a.m. in a cold sweat worrying about how you're going to make payroll tomorrow. If a business coach is trying to help you in your business, have they ever owned a business? Have they ever ran businesses? Those are things you should take a look at. By getting all this knowledge and education is one thing, but applying it in real life and understanding what you're going through is a totally different scenario. And there's plenty of certifications out there. A lot of people are just jumping the cubicle, leaving a corporate job, and then calling themselves a coach. And they're actually hurting a lot of people because they just don't know what they're talking about, what they're coaching on. Maybe they had one win at the corporate level, but do they know what that business owner is really going through?
Yeah, I can totally see that. And that's one of the questions that I always wondered. And, I've been interviewing different types of coaches, from mindset to
Mhm.
creativity to financial. And what I have found is, this might be, somewhat of a misunderstanding, is that you don't actually, your coach doesn't have to be necessarily certified. I mean, I understand that
Right.
there's, great benefits of being certified, but like you said, like, as long as, like, the coach has actually walked in your shoes, and if you're a restaurant, if you own a restaurant and you're hiring a coach, you want that coach to have maybe owned a restaurant before and walk the
Mhm.
walk in order to give you advice on running your restaurant.
Yeah, I
What do you
totally
think
agree.
about that?
You don't need to be certified. Because there's a million certifications out there. I think I've only been asked once if I was certified, and I am. But it's like, is that going to change anything? I have the experience in your industry. That's the difference. So yeah, I
Exactly.
agree. The experience, the knowledge of that person. Luckily, I've had a very diverse background and work with many diverse clients in areas I thought I would never ever venture into. And it's been eye-opening. I learn about the industry, but I focus on the business, the foundational elements of the business, which is in all industries.
What are some of the common mistakes that you see that small business owners are making, that are red flags, that maybe this would hit home for some of our listeners to say, okay, this is maybe the time that I need to look into getting a business coach?
Well, I can tell you from personal experience. So, yeah, it's that day when you walk into your own business, even if it's in your house, and you feel like you own a job. You are actually dreading going to your own business. That's a good sign right there. Like, something's got to change. It affects not only your business, it's affecting your home life too. And a lot of people don't equate the two together. It's they're direct correlations. If you're miserable at home because of your business, you need help. And business owners we're a very interesting breed. We're trying to do it all by ourselves, and that's the wrong approach. When If you don't like accounting, hire someone to do accounting. They're going to do it faster and way more efficient and do it right than you beating your head against the wall and spending money and time on it. So you get the help, get the support you need. I can definitely vouch, and I think my clients can too. We're not there to change you and your business. We're here to help you and your business. It will change your business. It'll change your personal life. Just get some help and stop trying to do it all yourself.
I mean, speaking of help, I think that the pandemic has really changed and turned a lot of small business owners upside down, regardless of
Mhm.
what industry you're in. And the state of mental health, I believe, with entrepreneurs, small business owners, is very, very in a very bad state right now. Are
Mhm.
you seeing that? And what advice, advice are you giving your clients on their state of mental health in order to stay healthy and not get consumed in this, I'm just going to call it, it's a semi-toxic culture right now, with everything on Zoom and digital and 24/7, and everyone's working from home, which is good and bad.
Oh, that's true. I mean, it was crazy last year. My phone was blowing up because a lot of businesses, they built a business for themselves. They didn't build a business to sell or anything else. And they're trying to sell their business and they weren't ready. So that was also taking a deep emotional toll. And now that you're maybe not going somewhere or meeting people, you still need to get those connections out there. So one thing I did was stay true to like my exercise routine, stay true to like meetings. So instead of going meeting people for coffee and talking things out, get on a Zoom call or even a phone call and just take that time. That's going to help your mental, uh, emotional state, if you will, and stop working 24/7. Even though you have the computer probably in your house, when you're working from home, still stick to a schedule just like before. And I think people are trying to now, well, I'm saving 2 hours a day on driving so I can cram two more hours of meetings in it. It's like, no, there's other things you should be doing in your business. Maybe meditating, reading, just taking a moment, exercising, eating right. Or maybe you're just
Exactly.
reaching out to a friend and talking and saying hello.
Yeah, one thing I just discovered, and I just actually did 5 minutes of it before we got on this interview, is Qigong. I had
Mhm.
never, I had done just very like a couple classes, Tai Chi classes, and I discovered Qigong earlier this year. And I found a YouTube channel that has Qigong for stress, Qigong for morning routine, Qigong for sleep. And you can do it in 5 minutes, you can do it in 1 minute. And like I was kind of feeling a little bit stressed today, and I wanted to like just really quickly like kind of change my mindset. So I just did like, a couple minutes on my own of Qigong, not even to a YouTube episode or anything like that. So I think that, things like that, just get up and do something for 2 minutes to kind of like change your mindset, focus on
Mhm.
your breathing, things like that. It's we don't have that social interaction that we did, from going to the office or going to events or going to in-person meetings. And just sitting and staring at your computer screen all day can get really have like a mental takedown on you.
Oh, I agree. And what you're doing is phenomenal. I used to teach karate and I stopped a week before the pandemic shut everything down because I just needed to, because I was going on conferences. And then that was the last time. And about 3 months after the whole shutdown, I'm like, I miss getting out there and getting physical and doing karate and teaching. So it's like, well, what
Yeah,
do I going to do? Well, I can still do it at home. I don't need people, but I know what to do.
exactly.
So I
And
would
it,
actually
it,
call up
it
another instructor. We'd do it together through Zoom.
that's so awesome. And it really does impact your energy. Like it
Oh,
impacts
yes.
your positive energy, and it then it like takes away your negative energy. If you are feeling stressed or worried or, not sure of yourself or anything like that, it really just it switches something in the brain. And I
Hmm.
can't explain it. And I wish I would have discovered it earlier than this year. I've been doing yoga for a long time, but I just feel like Tai Chi and Qigong, and I'm sure karate is, similar, that it really is something that can quickly change your mindset in a positive way.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of the elements that we used to teach was we used a lot of Tai Chi as well and various other forms. And some of it was just just the breathing. It's like almost karate yoga, if you will. So it's still
Mhm.
motions. You're moving your body, you're stretching it, but it doesn't have to be fast and rapid and aggressive.
No,
And it just
definitely not.
changes your state of mind.
Yeah. So we met through JVology, which is a great organization, and it helps you kind of like carve out your joint ventures and collaborations and partnerships, which I'm sure helps you in your business. And I'm learning that too. And one of the things when we talked before this interview, you told me that you were setting up is a like a 5-day challenge. So can you talk to us about that and like how somebody can participate, and what does a 5-day challenge look like?
Yes, I do have a 5-day challenge starting November 8th. It's called Attract More Prospects and Clients. One of the big things, pre-pandemic, even currently, when people say, what do you do? And they give you 30 seconds to say it, how many people just blow it? And they go rambling on, giving their title or platitudes. Where I've always believed, give me 30 seconds, I'm going to set up as many appointments as I can after this meeting. And the difference is it's your message. Are you clear in your message of who your target market is? What are their problems and how are you solving them? It shouldn't even take 30 seconds to say it. And I see that with small business owners. They wonder why their phone's not ringing, their email's not filling up, they're not getting booked, and it's their message. So we're going to, over the course of 5 days, and it's free, just watch a simple video, do a simple little not even a worksheet, little, just answer some questions. You post it in a private Facebook group we have. We have a community support and a couple live Q&A calls. And we're here to help you hone in your message. So every time you open up your mouth, hopefully you're getting people booking on your schedule, and it's the right people, the people you want to work with, your target market.
Hello? Oh, wait, is this thing on? Hi, it's Lisa Buyer. I just wanted to tell you really quick, I'm launching a course called Modern PR Secrets, and I wanted you to be the first to know. You can check it out at thebuyergroup.com under resources. Now let's get back to this interview. Is there a certain type of small business owner that would be best for this type of challenge that you're hosting?
Yeah, anyone who sells sells anything, products, services, it could be physical. A lot of times, I mean, they're going to like all these networking events, but they keep going and it's like, what are you really getting out of it? So I think it's to any small business owner, I always say, who has to hunt and kill their own food. And those are the people who have to drum up their own business, which are small business owners, believe it or not. You could be a coach, consultant, expert, author, whatever it is. You're still a small business owner. You still need to drum up business. So it can work for anyone.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, if anybody's interested in joining this challenge, we're going to put the link in the show notes for that. And I'm sure maybe if you're listening to this episode after the date, no worries. You'll be hosting other challenges, and there's other ways that they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. I mean, I always offer to all small business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, always a 15-minute call. It's never a sales call. Just to get on it. If you want to talk about your business, you want a question answered, I'm more than happy to. I'm here to support small business owners to see them survive and thrive. It's not a sales call. And I've had people just call up just to vent about their business in 15 minutes. And it's like, because they have no one else to talk to.
Yeah,
And I
it's a
just want
lonely
to help
world,
them. It is a very
right?
lonely world. And I don't want them to feel left alone. I don't know them. I'm not trying to sell them anything. If I can help them just by listening, I'm there for them.
That's awesome. I was doing some research and I see that you wrote a number of books. One of them is called the Financial Formula Breakthroughs,
Mm-hmm.
helping small businesses understand their profit and loss statements. I mean, for me, like, I mean, I've owned a business for, 20 plus years, been an agency owner. And I mean, I'll be honest, like, it took like a good 5 years. I mean, I didn't go to college for business or accounting. So if that's not your, background, even if it is, it's complicated. And, accountants and CPAs can talk to you and they're like speaking another language. So can you give
Yes.
some tips from your book on financial formula breakthroughs?
Yeah. And the reason it came about, you just said the exact reason why the book was written. I've met so many business owners at all levels that didn't understand their financials. And because they say it's so complex, yes, but you're making it complex. Just look at about 6 different numbers on your profit loss statement to know how those numbers gauge your business. Those are the main levers, if you will, in your business. Now, if you know how to control the levers, you can control the rest of the business. And it's just to
Definitely.
understand the numbers. Are you going to be creating the spreadsheets and all that? No. Let someone else who loves that stuff do that. You just need to understand how to read basic numbers. You don't need to be a CPA, an MBA, or anything like that. You're working on your business, but you still need to understand your numbers so you can manage your business more effectively.
Definitely. I recently read the book Profit First,
Oh,
which I
yes.
thought was also, probably complementary to your book. And, that's another thing that small business owners just really don't understand. And it's hard, you might have,
Mhm.
thousands of dollars and hundreds of $1,000s in the bank, but like that cash in the bank isn't necessarily your cash, or you're paying
Right.
taxes on that cash, even though you can't spend that cash. And it's complicated. It definitely is complicated. And I think that small business owners are sometimes like ashamed or afraid to reach out and
Mhm.
ask questions because they don't want to, feel like, oh, I should know this. So, and I think like having you as a coach would be like the best solution to that, because when you're a small business owner, you're typically the smartest one in your business. And
Mhm.
that's not necessarily a good thing. You should hire people that are smarter than you, right?
I
um,
couldn't agree more.
so yeah, I just, whatever, let's look at any other tips you can give to small business owners who are thinking about hiring a coach or didn't even think of a coach is even in their realm, and can they afford it?
Yeah, I mean, I have currently 6 coaches underneath me, so we can always have other options as well. But I have programs set up for startups, solopreneurs, all the way up to the $100 million business. So anything from automated programs to really help a business owner understand the basics of their business, little bite-sized pieces. I'm not going to have you eat an elephant once. All the way to group coaching, one-on-one, mastermind groups, do workshops all the time just to help small business owners. I do one usually every month, and I call it a focus group. It's a business breakthrough. I show them 8 simple strategies that they can put in their business that day to start making more money. And it's not going to have them cost them anything more on marketing or advertising. It's there just to help business owners get through this. And you're talking about, how to find the coach. It's like, yeah, when I was looking for a coach, I was very embarrassed and very ashamed, thinking I failed, but I need help. And it was actually the smartest decision I ever made. I had to get over that with my own self. And looking back at it, I'm like, since that day, I've always had a coach. Now I have 2 coaches, and they focus on different areas of my world. And
I don't want to give away your secret sauce, but would you mind sharing one of those 8 strategies for our listeners?
Yes, and you actually mentioned it a moment ago, is joint ventures. I cannot believe how many business owners I speak with, and I said, what do you have for joint ventures? They're like, what is that? Well, it's a great way to expand your business and use complementary services that can help your clients. So it's a win for the client, win for you, and a win for your joint venture partner. So it could be complementary services. There's so many areas of it. And I'm actually going through with a client right now, we're identifying joint venture partners, and they're a CPA. So he's like, why would I have a joint venture partner? That's like, are you kidding me? They can give you referrals and leads, and you in turn, after you work with someone, do they have other issues? Well, yeah, they need bookkeeping. They need now financial planners. They need all these other things. Like, do you do any of that? No. Well, then you could turn that client on to them and get a referral fee for it. And they're just blown out of the water. They've never thought of this. And I'm like, you know what this cost you? Just time and relationship. That's it. No money. You make money.
I'll be honest. Before I discovered JVology, before this year, before 2021, joint venture was not in my vocabulary as a business owner for my PR agency. Like, I just thought it was, like, for different. I thought it. I don't know what I thought it was. Like, I just didn't picture it applicable to my business, and it really and truly is applicable to any type of business. Like, any business can have a joint venture. Yes. Any size business, any industry. And I think it's like a hidden secret, the whole joint venture concept. And I feel like if you're listening to this episode and you don't have like your joint venture strategy, reach out to Steve and look into it, because it's awesome. Like, it's like,
yeah, it is.
It's the best possible marketing. And it's also, I would put it into the category of public relations and earned media, because when you have a joint venture, it's with a trusted source, trusted partner, and that what you're getting, like it's almost like being covered in the media, right? It's like a third party recommendation, and you can't really buy that with advertising.
I totally agree. This year, I've been focusing more on joint venture partners, and it's been such a huge game changer in my business. And I know for all people I've partnered with, it's been a big change in their businesses as well.
Well, that's awesome. So keyword here, the big secret of this episode is look into talking to Steve, look into considering joint ventures. And Steve, with that, is there any other, besides your 5-day challenge, any other events, any other books you want to recommend, any last words of wisdom?
Yeah, I've written 6 books. I think the 7th one is coming out soon. It's been so crazy. I just moved. My biggest words of wisdom is, listen, you're not in it by yourself. You can always get help. And if you ever need someone to talk to, please feel free, reach out. Not a sales call, just to talk, because being an entrepreneur you're on an island a lot of times, and you just want someone to talk to. or answer a question, more than happy to help, but just get some help.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Steve, so much for sharing all of your social PR secrets with our audience and even some digital detox secrets we talked about. And find all the links in the show notes. And namaste. I would love to have you a guest again to give everybody another dose of your coaching wisdom.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Social PR Secrets. If you like what you heard, check out the book on Amazon or follow our blog at socialprsecrets.com. This episode was sponsored by The Buyer Group, a social PR agency striving to keep our balance in the digital world, practicing public relations, social media, and search marketing, while occasionally drinking a glass of wine or two for the best creativity and results. Thank you all for tuning in.